Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm a registered nurse and today I'm going to be walking you step by step through how to write a cover letter to dazzle and impress prospective employers through the NZ Nursing ACE process. So if you haven't seen my first video about ACE and NETP in this little mini series, then I highly recommend that you check that out just so that you're up to date and you know exactly what I'm talking about and why we're doing this. But if you're ready to begin your ACE application, or you're already in the thick of it and you're ready to write your cover letter, then this video is for you. Before we get into everything, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, but for now, let's dive right in. So I am using the template that I found on the ACE website, which I will leave a link to in the description box. I'm using this template because it's what I used when I was doing my ACE cover letter and applications, just because I found it easier using the template and not having to worry about coming up with everything on my own when I was also juggling placement and my assessments and work and just trying to balance everything. Having the template was just one extra thing that I didn't have to worry about. You can come up with your own cover letter entirely off by heart if that's what works best for you, but today we're just going to go through the template and I'm going to be showing you my cover letter as an example, just so you kind of have an idea of what to do. So first things first, let's get through the boring stuff. So ACE recommends that you use Calibri font in size 11. The text has to be black. You can use no spacing or normal for the line spacing, and you want a left aligned or a justified format for this particular document. It also should not be longer than one A4 piece of paper. So you don't want to have 2 pages, you don't want 3 pages, you just want 1 page. And when you're done, you will need to save the cover letter as a PDF document because ACE will only accept PDF documents for the application process. So a couple of top tips from ACE about how to write your cover letter. They say it's important to make a good impression.
But we already need that.
They want you to be professional, warm and friendly. It's good to make the letter interesting to read, but you also want it to be clear and concise. So they don't want you babbling or going off on tangents, which is something that I really struggle with. And do not repeat everything that you've just told them in your CV, because your cover letter is a chance for you to talk about something different or expand on points that you've put in your CV, and use positive language when you're talking about yourself, such as I have these qualities or I can do this. But also do not start every paragraph sentence with the word I. Right, so now that we've gotten that boring stuff out of the way, let's move on to the actual cover letter. If I look down, it's because I've got my template up here, so I'm just going through it with you guys. So the first thing that you want to put at the top is your full name, and you want to put that in bold. Junie is here, she's been annoying, so she's going to sit up here with me for a little bit. And then underneath your name, you're going to put your address that you stay at, and then after that you're going to put the date that you are writing the cover letter, and you're going to put it in the full format, so Wednesday the 16th of February 2024. And then underneath that you have to put the NETP or NESP coordinator names and the address as well. So in the description box I have linked a page to the ACE web's page, and in this web page it has every single NETP coordinator and NESP coordinator in the country and their contact details. So all you have to do is go to this page, find the employer that you are wanting to apply for, and then underneath that they will have the NETP and NESP coordinator contact details. So you just copy and paste them. So you put the NETP and NESP names, the employer address, and then an optional whakatauki. You can put that in if that's relevant to you. And then after that you will put re and then the little colon, NETP or NESP position, and then there's re-choose item. So with the template it comes up with a little box that you tick, like the item that you want. Go, jump down, go on. Good girl. on the template it has a little thing called choose an item, is where you put in your practice setting selection. So make sure that it matches the one that you've put on the ACE application in your profile. You'll put practice settings selection for the employer. So for example, practice settings ... selection for Te Whatu Ora Waitemata. And then you put preference 1, preference 2, preference 3, preference 4 and preference 5. So for me I had preference 1 district nursing, preference 2 primary healthcare, preference 3 public health nursing, preference 4 disability health and preference 5 pediatric child health youth health. After you've put your practice settings, you then have to greet the NETP or NESP coordinators who you're addressing the cover letter to. So I put dear so-and-so, so-and-so and so-and-so. You have to address every single NETP or NESP coordinator that is available for the employer you're applying to, if that makes sense. So if there's just one NETP coordinator, you just put them in. If there are 5 NETP coordinators, then you have to put every single one of them in. So for me there were 3 for this cover letter, so I put their names in, and then we get on to actually writing the cover letter. So the first section is really easy to do because it's just a fill in the blank kind of situation. This is where the tricky stuff, the stuff that kind of does your head in, begins, but it is also the fun stuff where you kind of get to introduce yourself and let your personality shine through. Tell them why you want the job and, more importantly, why you are the best person for the job. So you're going to introduce yourself and give a friendly greeting. You can choose to incorporate your amihi and provide your whakapapa if this is relevant to you. If not, just leave it out, but the first line is your introduction, your greeting, and the start of your introduction to yourself. So for me, I put, so dear so-and-so, 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 my name is Charlotte Merriam and I am excited to be applying for the NETP position. It's just a warm, friendly little hello. It also states the reason why we're here today, which is because I am applying for the NETP position. With the next bits, in any order which feels natural to you, you can include your nursing philosophy or kaupapa, a brief summary of your skills and abilities. When you do this, show how motivated and enthusiastic that you are and how you can fit into the organisation by discussing your personal qualities. You also want to include your main reasons for choosing the employer. Why do you want this position? Mention any of the organisation's philosophies that are relevant to the employer and comment on something positive about them and letting them know why you would want to work there. This shows that you're really interested in the job and for working for their company, but it also can show that you've done your research on the company, which is showing preparation, organisation, an interest in them, and that's what they really like. You want to highlight why you've chosen your preferred practice settings, and you need to be specific, especially if you've chosen something like primary care like I did. You want to outline which specific areas of primary health you want to work in, for example. And finally, you can include any other details that you think are relevant to your application for the NETP or NESP position. So let's go through my one. So I put, dear so-and-so, so-and-so and so-and-so, my name is Charlotte Merriam and I am excited to be applying for the NETP program. And then I put, during my degree I had the amazing opportunity to do my transition placement with the district nurses, and the experience solidified my passion for working within the community and reinforced my nursing philosophy. So that first sentence, it shows that I have experience within community health, that I was grateful for the opportunity as well, and that I am passionate about community health. And it also allows for a little gateway into talking about my nursing philosophy, which I personally think is really important to talk about in your cover letter for your nursing job. I believe that the best care for everyone begins with nursing care that balances clinical knowledge with a holistic, person and family-centered approach, and the empowerment of individuals and their loved ones to have the tools, resources and confidence to self-manage as able and be active participants in their health journey. In this sentence, when I say best care for everyone, that is a specific nursing philosophy that comes under the Waitemata Te Whatu Ora. So if you go onto the employer webpage that you want to apply for, they should have a little About Us section, and under the section they'll have things like their values, their promises, their goals and stuff, and you can look at them, you understand what their goal or their mission is when providing health, and you can incorporate this into your cover letter because it shows I will be a good fit for this company because I believe the same things that you believe, and it also shows that you have done your research on the company or the employer, which again shows that you're organised and you are interested in working for them. So for me it was, I believe that the best care for everyone, that is the nursing philosophy for Waitemata. And then after I have included the nursing philosophy of the company, I then talk about my own personal nursing philosophy and I link it to their values to show that we would be a good fit together. This is why I am applying for community-centred roles, with district nursing as my first choice and primary healthcare as my second, where I am especially interested in practice nursing, school nursing and general practitioner clinics. I believe that all the selected practice areas provide me with the greatest opportunity to provide the best and most therapeutic care for patients and their families, practice in line with my nursing values and philosophy, and continue learning to improve my nursing practice so that I can become the best nurse I can be. This section explains very clearly why I have picked my practice setting selections and why I think community health is the best area for me to go into. I talk about how it gives me the opportunity, in my opinion, to provide the best care, most therapeutic care for my patients and their families, which is important because family-centeredness is really important for nursing care, so linking that in. And then this role would allow me to practice in line with my nursing values, which is also important. And then I also put at the end, it would give me the opportunity to continue learning. And this shows a little bit of humility, like you're not saying that I'm the greatest person in the world and I know everything and that's why you should pick me. It's saying, you know, I have qualities but I'm also willing to continue learning and I know that this is important, and it just shows that I am keen on self-improvement and improving my nursing skills, which is important for your first nursing role and for nursing in general. And then I put, throughout my placements I have grown my communication, interpersonal and time management skills hand in hand with my practical skills, which will all help me in my nursing role within the community. So this is just a brief outline of the qualities I have that I think are the most important for my nursing role in a community job. Overall, I have confidence that my clinical experience, enthusiasm for learning and passion for helping others makes me the ideal candidate for your NETP program. I am looking forward to hearing from you to discuss this opportunity further. Thank you for your time and consideration in reviewing my application, and then you have to sign off. But quickly, I end on a very strong positive note, which again reinforces my belief and confidence within myself and also reinforces that I do have qualities and skills that I'm confident in that would make me a good candidate. And then I have a very friendly sign off where I thank them for their time and their consideration in reviewing my application and reviewing my cover letter, and then I say I am looking forward to hearing from you, which is an open invitation for them to contact me. So that's what I included and why I included those things in my cover letter, and that's how I formatted it and arranged it. I started with talking about my nursing philosophy and past clinical experience, and then I talked about why I was applying for the roles or why I had selected the practice settings I did. Then I talked about my personal qualities and skills, and then I signed off with an open invitation to the employers that was friendly and inviting. So after you've done all that, you then have to sign off, and this last section should be in bold. So you sign off, so I put Charlotte Merriam, you put your mobile number underneath that, you put your email underneath that, and then I chose to put my LinkedIn profile underneath all of that as well, because I thought if they were interested in me and they wanted to have a more in-depth look at my work history and my skills and stuff, they would be able to go to my LinkedIn profile and have a look through that. So if you don't have LinkedIn, that's fine, you don't need it, but I just thought because I had it, it was a good thing to include for my cover letter. And I noticed during the ACE application process, you know how on LinkedIn it will tell you your profile got this many views this week and stuff. When I was going through the ACE application, it was getting a couple more views than it normally does, so people were obviously looking at it from my cover letter. So I do think if you've got a LinkedIn and it's up to date and professional and tidy, then definitely include it just at the bottom when you're giving your contact details. So once you have written your first draft, congratulations, the hardest part is now out of the way, it is all done. Now you just have to go through it and proofread it. So ACE very kindly reminds you that, remember, whoever reads your cover letter will consider it an example of your writing skills, so make sure there are no grammatical mistakes and that the spelling is perfect. And this is really important because, you know, when you're writing out notes and stuff, you do want to make sure people understand what you're saying. So the cover letter is, I guess, the first impression that they have of your communication skills. I agree with ACE, definitely go through the grammar and the spelling and make sure everything makes sense, and then get somebody else to read and double check it. Sometimes an extra pair of eyes will pick up on other mistakes that you might have missed, and then just make sure that you've saved everything properly and you've got backup copies on your computer so that if anything goes wrong, all of your hard work hasn't gone to waste. And then when you're uploading it onto the ACE application portal, make sure that if you've written multiple cover letters for the different employers you're applying to, make sure that you have matched the correct cover letter to the correct employer slot, because you don't want to be sending your application for Waitemata to Hawke's Bay, you know what I mean, like just make sure that you've gone through and double checked everything. So when submitting your cover letters, you've got two options. You can either do the really easy, you know, stress-free thing and just submit one cover letter to all of the employers. So this will be a very general cover letter. You're not going to be, for example, you know how I was talking about the employer values and stuff in the first paragraph. You won't be doing that. You will just be doing like general nursing values, because each employer will have slightly different philosophies and principles. So if you do the one cover letter, you just put it into the one application slot. So if you do the one cover letter, all of the employees that you have ranked will be able to see it, which is why you want to keep it general but still friendly, a good highlight of your skills and qualities and professional. Writing separate cover letters for the employees is the best option because you can personalize it to the employer that you're applying to, and that's what I did. So just remember that the employers don't know how you've ranked them. So let's say you've put Auckland and Waitemata, and you've put Auckland first and Waitemata second. Waitemata is not going to know that you've put them second. They will just assume that you must have put them first and stuff. So they can't see where you've ranked them. So when you write your cover letters, if you do it separately, you can kind of make it sound like the employer you're writing to is definitely your preferred first choice. I did this two separate cover letters to the two different employers that I was applying to. So just remember that you only have one A4 piece of paper to cover everything that you want to cover, to catch the employer's attention and to share with them all of the relevant information which you think explains why you should be selected for the job. So if you follow this template, then you will be guaranteed to include everything that the employers want to know about, as well as show them that you have researched them and are aligned with their values, that you have the skills and qualities that they want, and it will also let you introduce yourself and let your personality shine through. So that is a very basic but effective cover letter guide for the ACE application process. I really hope that you found it helpful. If you are somebody who has already gone through ACE, or you've already applied for nursing jobs and you have your own tips and tricks about how to write an amazing cover letter, then please put it in the comments section, because sharing is caring and we want to lift each other up on our nursing journeys. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I will see you next Monday with a new video, but until then, have a lovely day and a fabulous week. Bye!
It's rated X. That means you're extra.